Good afternoon, everyone. This is your daily news report and fourth stimulus package update. A new bill could be passed that will provide more relief to the American people. In a video later on today, everyone, states and localities have only distributed 11% of the tens of billions of dollars in federal rental assistance, which is the latest sign the program is struggling to reach millions of tenants at risk of eviction. The latest data shows that the pace of distribution increased in July over June, and that nearly 1 million households have been helped. About 3.5 million people in the United States have said that they will face eviction in the next 2 months. Lawmakers have approved nearly $47 billion in rental assistance earlier this year, and most U.S. states are distributing the first tranche of $25 billion. According to the Treasury Department, $5.1 billion in emergency rental assistance has been distributed by states and localities through the end of July. That's up from $3 billion at the end of June, and only $1.5 billion by May 31st. Several states, including Virginia and Texas, have been praised for moving quickly to get the federal money out. But many other states have still only distributed a small percentage of the rental assistance. The National Apartment Association president called the assistance rollout a disaster marred with programmatic inefficiencies and difficulties. So everyone, what are your thoughts on the current rental assistance program? And if you were in need of rental assistance, were you successful in receiving that aid? Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. The Treasury Department has repeatedly tweaked its guidance to encourage states and local governments to streamline the distribution of the funds. The Biden administration has also asked states to create eviction diversion programs that aim to resolve disputes before they reach the courts.
See, I'm going to bring it in now because I asked the question here about this rise of populism, whether there's any possibility for a return to cross-party politics and reaching out across the aisle when there seem to be such fundamentally different perspectives of what's happened. I mean, what is driving this polarization? What can America do to overcome it? What can Democrats do to overcome it and not be part of it, if you see what I'm saying?
Well, I would say to my Republican friends, and I do have some, take back your party. The Republican Party, the grand old party, made tremendous contributions to our country, founded by Lincoln, but over the years, tremendous contribution to our country. Don't let your party be hijacked by a cult, essentially. That is what is happening. And it isn't good for the country. We, of course, want the Democrats to be preeminent, but that's secondary to the fact that we need to have strong representation across the board in our country. And if what we're doing with our laws in the Congress to overturn what they're doing in the states, if we can pass them in the Senate, if we pass them in the House, if we can do that, it may not benefit Democrats. It may benefit more moderate Republicans. And that would be a good thing for our country.
But it seems that there's a lot of support for the position they're there amongst registered Republicans. All of the polling shows 75+% support for where they are. So in a way, you could say these Republican legislators are reflecting their voters. So it's very hard to take back, isn't it?
No, I with all due respect, I disagree. Across the country on issues, if you talk about gun protection by passing legislation for background checks, overwhelmingly in the 80s, Democrats, Republicans, independents, gun owners, hunters support the background check legislation. So they do not reflect the people. In issues that relate to, I talked about guns, but if you talk about climate change and the rest, very popular across the country. Not among some of the people in the hardcore of their party who are averse to science. They are they don't agree with science, and it's anti-science and anti-governance. If science says you should wear a mask.
The U.S. Treasury released additional guidance to try to speed up the process. This includes programs to allow tenants to self-assess their income and risks of becoming homeless, among other criterias. Many states and localities fear fraud, having measures in place that can take weeks to verify if an applicant qualifies for the help. More California stimulus payments will be hitting bank accounts this very week. The second round of payments of the Golden State stimulus will be released today. The estimated size of the release is 2 million direct deposit payments. Previously, on August 27th, the Franchise Tax Board released 650,000 payments. The board stated that they plan to release payments about every 2 weeks, both by direct deposit and also paper check. The size of each batch will vary. For reference, it is estimated that 2 in 3 Californians will be eligible for the payment. And so thus far, the tax board said it has identified 9 million tax returns that appear to qualify for the stimulus payments, but it expects to receive more returns meeting GSSI 2 requirements between now and October 15th, which is a filing deadline. So in other words, it may take a while before you receive your payment, but there is a chance that could happen this week. Most qualifying Californians do not need to do anything besides file a 2020 tax return due to the October 15th deadline. If you have already submitted your tax return, there is nothing else you need to do. Governor Newsom said in a statement, "The Golden State stimulus is key to lifting up those hit hardest by the crisis and supporting Californians' economic recovery, putting money directly in the hands of folks who will spend it on basic needs and within their local communities." So everyone, the key word for this video is oil. Please do make sure to comment below, be subscribed to my channel, and like this video. Thank you so much, everyone. Generally, if you qualified for the first Golden State stimulus payment and claimed a credit of 1 or more dependents, you will receive $500. If you did not qualify for that stimulus payment and did not claim a credit of 1 or more dependents, you will receive $600. If you did not qualify for that stimulus and claimed 1 or more dependents, you could receive $1,100. The third of the 6 advanced monthly child tax credit payments should have hit bank accounts on September 15th. The payments were authorized through President Biden's American Rescue Plan, which greatly expanded and increased the tax provision, but only for the year 2021. An extension is being floated currently in the House. Parents in September will receive up to $300 for each child 5 and under, and $250 for kids 6 to 17 years old. The payments go out on the 15th of each month, and when the money will be available depends on your financial institution. The funds could be at your disposal the same day, or you may have to give it some time for processing. Generally 24 hours, but could take longer. Everyone, thank you so much, everyone.